Imagine a world without the internet, without books, without a single written record of our history. What if humanity's greatest collection of knowledge, the sum of centuries of thought and discovery, could simply vanish in a plume of smoke? It's not science fiction. It's a ghost story from history, the tale of a place that held the wisdom of the ancient world, the Library of Alexandria. For centuries, this wasn't just a building, it was the intellectual heart of the planet, nestled in the vibrant city of Alexandria, a jewel on the Egyptian coast founded by Alexander the Great. The library was a beacon of ambition. Its goal was breathtakingly simple and impossibly grand too. Collect all the knowledge of the world under one roof. Think about that. Every scroll, every map, every poem, every scientific treatise from Greece, Persia, India, and beyond. The Ptolemaic kings, who ruled Egypt after Alexander, were obsessed. They poured immense wealth into this project. Ships docking in Alexandria's harbor were searched not for contraband, but for books. Any scroll found was seized, taken to the library, and meticulously copied by an army of scribes. The original was kept for the library's collection, and a fresh copy was returned to its owner. It was a state-sponsored mission to centralize the human mind inside its hallowed halls. The greatest thinkers of the age walked and debated. This was where Eratosthenes, with astonishing accuracy, calculated the circumference of the Earth using nothing but shadows and geometry. It's where Euclid wrote Elements, the foundational text for mathematics that we still learn from today. Hero of Alexandria built early steam engines and automatons, ideas that seemed like magic. The human brain was on fire, and the library was the hearth that kept the flames alive. They didn't just store knowledge, they created it. The very concept of a library as we know it, with catalogs, organized sections, and scholarly criticism, was born here. They dissected the human body, mapped the stars, and edited the Homeric epics like the Iliad and the Odyssey into the forms we read today. It was a university, a research institute, and the world's first global database, all rolled into one, powered by papyrus and ink. It's estimated that at its peak, the library held up to 500,000 scrolls. 500,000 unique windows into the ancient soul. But ghosts are born from tragedy. And the story of the library's end is not one of a single, dramatic fire. It's a slow, agonizing decay, a death by 1,000 cuts, which makes it even more heartbreaking. The whispers of destruction begin with a name you know well: Julius Caesar. In 48 BC, while pursuing his rival Pompey in Alexandria, Caesar found himself besieged in the city. To gain a tactical advantage, he ordered the ships in the harbor to be set on fire. The flames, whipped by the coastal winds, leaped ashore. Ancient accounts, though debated, suggest the fire spread to parts of the city, including warehouses near the docks where scrolls were stored. Was this the Great Fire that destroyed everything? Likely not. It was a devastating blow, certainly. Thousands of scrolls may have been lost. Imagine the panic. The scholars scrambling to save what they could as the smoke billowed. But the library, as an institution, survived. The intellectual flame flickered, but it wasn't extinguished. Scholars continued to work there for centuries. The real decline was more insidious. It was a slow strangulation. Political instability rocked Alexandria. As Roman influence grew and the Ptolemaic dynasty crumbled, funding for the library dwindled. The unwavering state support that had built this marvel began to dry up. Scholars, once revered, were sometimes seen as a drain on resources, or, worse, a political threat. There were purges. Intellectuals were expelled from the city. The vibrant community that was the library's true lifeblood began to scatter. Then came the tides of religious conflict. In the 3rd and 4th centuries AD, the Roman Empire was in turmoil. In one particularly violent episode during the reign of Emperor Aurelian, a large part of the city, including the district where the main library was located, was destroyed in civil conflict. A smaller, daughter library located at the Serapeum Temple survived, becoming the new center of learning. But it too was living on borrowed time. By the late 4th century, Christianity had become the dominant force in the empire. In 391 AD, the Roman Emperor Theodosius I issued decrees outlawing pagan practices. Encouraged by this, Theophilus, the Patriarch of Alexandria, led a mob to the Serapeum. They saw it not as a house of knowledge, but as a temple of old, pagan gods. They laid siege to it and, with official permission, tore it down. Imagine the scene. Not just a fire, but a deliberate, systematic destruction. Scrolls torn apart, shelves smashed, the collective memory of generations desecrated in the name of a new order. What wasn't destroyed was likely scattered or left to rot. This was perhaps the final, fatal blow. The institution was gone, the community was gone, the scrolls, they were just paper. So what did we truly lose? It's a question that haunts historians. We lost countless works of Greek playwrights like Sophocles and Euripides. We only have a fraction of their plays. We lost detailed histories of the Persian Empire, written by people who lived it. We lost Aristotle's treatises on anatomy, detailed star charts, and advanced mechanical designs that were centuries ahead of their time. We lost the voices, the arguments, and the discoveries of entire civilizations. The loss wasn't just a library, it was a reset button on human progress. How much faster might we have advanced if we hadn't had to rediscover the knowledge that was already known? How different would our understanding of the ancient world and ourselves be? We are living in the shadow of that loss, piecing together a puzzle with most of the pieces missing. The story of the Library of Alexandria is a chilling reminder that knowledge is not permanent. It's fragile. It must be protected, cherished, and shared. In our digital age, where information feels infinite and disposable, the ghost of Alexandria whispers a warning: never take knowledge for granted. Because what is lost can sometimes be lost forever. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the past. If you found this story as fascinating and haunting as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into history's forgotten chapters. Let me know in the comments what piece of lost knowledge you wish we could recover. Until next time, stay curious.